Welcome back to another episode of 88 Blue. Our first story looks back on the WLC Concert Band Spring Break Tour in Texas.
So this year we toured Texas, and so there were a number of stops that we made that allowed us to not only perform in congregations for an audience, but also to have students have some free time and actually see some of the sights and highlights of any particular city that we visited. We stopped at Dallas, Texas. We not only performed a concert there, but VIP tour of the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, which is put up, and so we got a lot of behind the scenes. Students then had the opportunity to have free time in downtown Dallas and kind of explore downtown Dallas on their own. We also went to Houston and we played at the Woodlands, which is like a suburb of Houston. We saw a battleship that was used in both World War I and World War II, and that was the USS Texas. And students were able to actually go onto the ship and explore. We also went to Galveston, and we had free time in downtown Galveston prior to boarding a boat and taking a half-day excursion out into the Gulf. And students had the option, if they wanted, to do some deep-sea fishing. Others just went for the boat ride. In the end, I think about 4 people on the entire boat, not just our people, but people in general, actually caught a fish, so it wasn't a good day for fishing. But anyway, so that was kind of exciting.
During the band trip, I was one of the 2 student tour managers. While I was on band tour, or before band tour actually, I went and made all the jobs for all of the people. Every person on tour has a job that they need to do, and I was one of the people that delegated jobs to every person in the band. During tour, I made sure that everyone was doing their job, and if they needed help, I got help accordingly. And then I also managed making sure that everyone was on the bus, off the bus, making sure that they knew what was going on. Well, the band trips were definitely something that I'm going to miss as a senior, this being my last band trip. It's always a lot of fun to go out with my friends and enjoy all of the sightseeing and play these concerts for these people. Every single time we played a concert through my 4 years that I was here, the people were very appreciative, and all of them loved it. And it was really fun bringing that joy and sharing my God-given talent of being able to play the clarinet with all of these other Christians.
My experience with band tour, I'd been on tour before with the Lutheran Vanguard of Wisconsin, and that was so much fun, but I would say that this tour was a lot less stressful. Like, it was a lot of just, they kind of just drop you off somewhere and like, hey, come back in 5 hours, go get food, just go and enjoy whatever you want to do. Honestly, I just love spending time with the band. There were so many people, so many different types of people in our small group, and it was so much fun.
I am retiring at the end of the school year. The 2 things I'm going to miss, one would be the daily chapels that I am able to attend and worship Jesus with fellow Christians. We do that on a daily basis. I am definitely going to miss that. 2, I'm going to miss the interaction between the professors and the students. And 3rd, of course, will be just the process of putting the music together for any particular performance. When I first came to Wisconsin Lutheran College 18 years ago, the band was like a membership of 12. So the band has come a long ways. It's developed not only in just sheer numbers, but also in the quality. The numbers that were, the selections that we're performing now. When I first came, I don't even think we could have dared attempt to perform at least the first couple of years. So it's developed, and that I hope whoever follows me will be able to continue to develop the program and develop the musicality of the group.
The Concert Band Spring Concert will be held in the Schwann Concert Hall on May 12th at 7:30 p.m. Our second story takes a closer look behind the scenes of Austin Wagon Connect Senior Capstone.
For my capstone project, I produced and directed a performance of an opera called The Perfect Wife. The Perfect Wife is it's a retelling of a 17th century opera intermezzo called La Serva Padrona by Pergolesi. It centers around three characters. The head of the household, Uberto, his wife Serpina, and their servant Vespone, who is a mute, who provides a lot of comic relief. I chose this opera because it's short as far as operas go. It started as an intermezzo, which is a short opera that comes between acts of a play, actually, or a more serious opera. It's comic, and this version is in English, which makes it very accessible for the WLC community. Libby Edelmeyer played Serpina, Zach Hyde played Uberto, and Thomas Sebald played Vespone. It was very good to work with them. They were all professional, and they were all students like me, and we all learned from the experience. For the performances, we had a string orchestra, small string orchestra with harpsichord. It was a lot of fun to work with them to prepare the music. So in addition to producing and directing, I also played viola in the orchestra. And Dr. Mandel, who is our strings professor at WLC, conducted the orchestra. I learned a lot under his guidance, his expertise. What I liked most about directing was the final product. I tried to always have in mind the final performance. All my directing decisions were based around having a successful performance. And I think it came off well, and then I was satisfied with the work I did as a director. I play viola. That's my primary instrument. I've been playing for 13 years. I also play a little bit of piano and percussion, and I sing in the choir. I definitely have a love for string instruments, the viola in particular, a lower, mellower tone than a violin, and very versatile in its range, demanding and, again, rewarding instrument to play. When I came to WLC, I wasn't sure what I was going to major in, and I took music classes and I took math classes because those were two subjects that interested me. I think I stuck with music as a major because I find it always challenging and also always rewarding. Music is something that's always been a big part of my life, and hopefully will always continue to be a big part of my life. And for that reason, I think it is a vocation. It's a way I can serve others by working hard, practicing my skills. I can use it for worship services and for just improving people's lives.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of 88 Blue. We'll see you next time.